History buffs love the quote, "Those who do not study history are bound to repeat it." The fact is, history is studied for only two reasons: entertainment and to know how not to deal with the present. History mostly teaches the mistakes. Why teach what went wrong instead of that which worked to make the world a better place? History is always written by the winner. It always contains an element of propaganda and is not set in stone. Now, with the removal of the statues of famous people, because they were associated with history the rioters don't like, they are demanding they rewrite that history. Rioters know this, and selective history is being used as a weapon to advance the chaos we see today. History does repeat, but it's not obvious until it's usually too late to adjust. If we really learn from history, these riots and killings would not be repeated by the mob who feels justified in inflicting pain on ancestors of those who had nothing to do with these terrible crimes. Virtue signaling by antifa crowd is hypocritical. He who has no sin can cast the first stone. Atrocities committed by one law enforcement officer who made a grievous error in judgment is nothing more than an excuse by the rioters to steal and destroy, knowing they won't be caught, creating jobs to rebuild, and all this is going to be paid for by insurance and the government. Rioters have nothing to lose, and they're acting like children who constantly misbehave to see how far they can push the teacher before they are stopped. There is no justification for slavery, murder, lying, stealing, extortion, and all this lawlessness which violates our core values of fairness, truth, sustainability, and integrity, as well as the Golden Rule. I had the privilege of singing in a choir, directed by a world-famous conductor. He was always asked, "How do you make a better choir?" He would reply, "By getting better singers, and those singers are sitting right in front of you." Great choirs are made by teaching the singers you have to sing better. They in turn will bring others who will also want to learn how to sing. Rehearsals, like church, are the voice lessons because great singers, like people, are developed with practice. The same goes for our society. How do we make a better society? By making each member of a society better. We are all conductors. We have a natural desire to make things more comfortable for ourselves and for those we love. We do this by living the core values and the commandments by following the Golden Rule. This mob rule of intimidation and violence is not sustainable, and the perpetrators not caring a hoot about the victims. We already have the 10 Commandments and our core values as a guide. All the trillions of dollars spent on anti-poverty programs and government sensitivity programs accomplish nothing. They are standard tactics of the liberal government movements who try to replace Christian values that are taught in our churches with money and politically correct government programs. They go out of their way to make sure God is never mentioned, impugning anyone who holds up a Bible trying to accomplish the same thing. Right will prevail and this too will pass, but only if we live our lives according to the core values and that have never failed us before. The only thing that will cause our country to fail is if we do not conduct the choir of life by teaching others how to be better singers. This is Keith Kuby wishing you the best in making the world a better place.